Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel here. D-Reaper. I came 10th place at the Ultimate Cup this weekend with D-Reaper. I am not doing a deck profile. This is not a deck profile video. You might see most of the cards in this deck as I talk about them. But between Card Magica is going to release the lists, Eggy Man's going to have it on his website. Plus, I did the deck list already on Twitch when I streamed the Ultimate Cup. My deck list is already out there. Everyone's gonna know how it works, what it is, and all that stuff. So no deck profile. Instead, I'm gonna give you guys something a little more valuable. I'm gonna explain to you guys why I picked Reaper. Why I felt so confident with Reaper when almost no one else even thought about playing Reaper at all. It wasn't even a thought, a brain cell in people's brains. I'm going to explain to you why I took Reaper and why I think you should play Reaper, seriously, why you should consider Reaper, and why you should prepare to play against Reaper in future Ultimate Cup tournaments in BT13. Because now that I've done it, people are going to do it. That's just how it works. You will see a little more Reaper the next Ultimate Cup because of this placement. You will. That's just a fact. Some people don't like to hear that. It's true. I'm sorry. I did it. It's my bad. Gotta deal with it now. So, if you like this kind of analysis, please like, comment, subscribe, and turn notification on the Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing videos go live. I'm also going to give a shout out to my MetaFi. I do coach on MetaFi. I coach people on how to get better at Digimon, and Lorcana, I guess, too, now. But yeah, Digimon. How to improve your game. Clearly I know what I'm doing. I've been topping tournaments all year. And that's just it. I got nothing else to add to that. Clearly I know what I'm doing. So if you guys also want to learn to do things like I do them, consider MetaFi. Link is in the description. You can go there, check out what schedule I have available. If you don't see a time that works for you, you can message me on Discord or something, or MetaFi, and ask, hey, I want to sign up, but you have no times that work for me. Can you do these times? And I'll probably make something work. It's not a problem. So, yeah, with all the shameless plugs aside, let's talk about Reaper. Let's talk about this wonderful deck. So, what people might think I played this as a meme. For those of you that watch me on Twitch, you might have seen this coming. Because I told Luca, and by the way, Luca is the Reaper kid. He's the one that won with D-Reaper in the first BT9 regionals. When people thought that Reaper would be unplayable, he won it. The first regional with Reaper. He was the guy that started it, and then Danny McNally won the Ultimate Cup with Reaper as well. But whatever. So he wanted to play Reaper in my tournaments, and I made the guy a promise. I told him, if you win one of my locals, I will play Reaper. Now, he never won one of my locals. He came close. Came really close. But he also inspired other people in my locals to play Reaper, and they were doing well with Reaper too. So I decided to give, partial credit, and I said, you know what, I'll commit to Reaper. I'll make it work. Now, I wouldn't have promised something like that unless deep down in my brain, I knew that Reaper was a good choice. I agreed to this promise because I looked at the Reaper cards, I looked at the meta, I thought to myself, yeah, this deck can just do it. And 10th place is okay. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's talk about the meta. So in my brain, there were 3 major decks that everyone had to be prepared for Ultimate Cup. I choke. I'm a choker. We had Blue Flare, Mirage Galamon, and Belfi. I needed to make sure that I could consistently beat those decks. I spent about 12 hours testing Reaper the week before Ultimate Cup, just to make sure I could. Balthamon was the easiest of the 3. Balthamon has no real way to get rid of this card, this Gatekeeper, because their levels, their deletion for the most part, in your typical Balthamon list, is all level based, which means that they can't get rid of Gatekeeper. Now, Balthamon can get Sec +1, which means they can get around Gatekeeper. You can actually do damage under Gatekeeper. And the whole Balthamon game plan is you got to rush a little bit beforehand, right? Like you rush your little bodies, and then Balthamon closes out the game. Well, you just rush a little bit more against D-Reaper, and they could theoretically just get around Gatekeeper, and it's fine, no big deal. If you can out-aggro them before they get Gatekeeper live, they can win the game. But in my experience, it's not that easy, because you play things like blockers, and you play Pilates Head to get rid of bodies, and you know, all that stuff, and you choke them at one constantly thanks to mother reducing costs. And if you get two gatekeepers on the board, they scoop. Like there's literally, I don't believe, a way that they can win, unless they're playing a non-conventional list, which they might have to now because of this. So yeah, you get two against Balthamon, you ought to win. And I went undefeated against Balthamon. I played a few matches, not a big deal. We grind that out in an hour. I'm like, Balthamon's fine, great, okay. Let's talk about Blue Flare next. Blue Flare, so Luca was also playing Reaper during the event. He lost to 3 Blue Flare players. I played against 2, and I beat one and tied the other. I should have won that game, and you know, it was a bit of a throw on my part. Plus, it went to time, and the guy was kind of slow playing. And if I saw a searcher, the game was over. Whatever excuse you want to say. Didn't lose to Blue Flare. Here's why. Because Gatekeeper is really good against Blue Flare too. They can't play Sec +1 Greymon in Ultimate Cup format. They can't do it. If they don't out aggro you, which they can do, you can Gatekeeper, and then they lose. If they don't have removal, Metal Greymon Cyber Launcher can't get rid of this. They would need to play some kind of removal. The one guy I tied to, hold on, I think both of them, both Blue Flare players played removal. I remember Great Maelstrom happening. Great Maelstrom, I believe, was the one I tied to, kept on decking the Gatekeepers. But I kept replacing the Gatekeepers. And got to a point where he just couldn't win the game anymore, right? So yeah, if you can just stick Gatekeeper, Blue Flare literally can't win. The only way they beat you is if they rush you before you get Gatekeeper on the board and live with 6 sources of their mother. That's the only way they beat you. I have not had trouble against the Blue Flare matchup. I know Luca has. He might have just been high rolled to All Hallow. That's very possible. I lost one match in testing the Blue Flare with Reaper, and I beat it 3 other times. So I thought that was okay testing for that. Mirage Galamon. This matchup is really, really interesting. So, Mirage Galamon BT11 is a really good card against Reaper because it will always bounce a security to hand. It will always do it. And if you watch the stream VOD, I beat one Mirage and I lost to one Mirage. The Mirage that beat me, game 2, he actually bounced a Gatekeeper from security with BT11 Mirage. If he would have hit it, but he bounced it instead. And that was really, really unfortunate. To also combo that off, Mirage Galamon Burst Mode can bounce Gatekeeper. It just can do that, right? It can do it. No problem. So everything else in the deck is level-based, and that's fine. That's where the kind of good part of the matchup comes in. You can also play a very low hand size. You can just do that. Mother can absorb Searchers from hand or field. So, like, you can just, instead of playing your Searchers, you can just stick your Searchers underneath. Yes, it makes you a little bit less consistent. It's a little bit riskier to do that. But you can just do that and try to play around the Mirage stuff. You can do that. But if you can just beat them before, like, you can, like, Gatekeeper before they get turbo out, it's really, really, really good. It just is. And if you watch the VOD, I had Mirage Galamon dead to rights the game I lost, game 1. But Jerry could not get a Searcher. Jerry kept whiffing Searchers. If I got literally one Searcher, game. That's it. I would have won game 1. Game 2, I would have lost. We went to game 3. Very possible. But that just happens sometimes. It is the way it is. But I actually felt very confident into my Mirage. I did. Because they needed Burst Mode to out a Gatekeeper on board. And if Mirage Galamon did not bounce Gatekeepers in security, they hit one instead, immediately things just go to hell for them. So anyway, I played the most against Mirage because Mirage is the most expected deck of the format. And I did lose a couple matches to Mirage in testing, but then I beat it like 10 other times. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. I think Mirage should be fine. Let's talk about other matchups. Other matchups that might give you anxiety. Red Hybrid. Red Hybrid made a resurgence. And I played against 3 in my Ultimate Cup run. I admittedly got lucky against one of them, and won by sheer luck. I did. It was luck, security luck, otherwise I was dead. The other 2 was not really the same thing. Red Hybrid, much like Blue Flare and Mirage, can out-aggro you before you even get the Gatekeeper. Before you even have 6 sources under your mother, they can kill you. They just can. And that's one of the strengths of Red Hybrid, the fact that they can just kill you. Now, I don't actually think Red Hybrid is that big of a deal. I don't. I think you need to be a little bit fast. But if you're a little bit fast, like, I really had no problem against Red Hybrid this weekend. I don't think you'll have a problem against Red Hybrid either. Because, yes, they can pop your Gatekeepers with Emperor. Sure. Yes, some play Crimson Blaze. And if they're smart, they might preemptively Crimson Blaze you before swinging with Security. Because then if they Crimson Blaze you first and then attack, Gatekeeper and Security doesn't actually play itself. So it's just basically, free Gatekeeper outing. That happens. Besides that, it can feel like a little bit of a race, absolutely. And there was a chance that I might have ended up on the other end of that race and lost to a Red Hybrid player during Ultimate Cup. But I think the matchup is honestly fine. I think you're favored slightly. I think the odds are just in your favor a little bit better than the odds in their favor. That's what I think. If you disagree, let me know. But, like, I played against Red Hybrid. It's a bit mean at that point. But I really wasn't worried. Like, I wasn't telling my chat, I'm dead, auto lose, GG's. It was a fun run. None of that. It was fine. The only other problems that would have popped up are Bloomlord. Bloomlord can give Reaper money, a run for its money because Bloomlord can attack multiple security. Bloomlord also has access to Pomumon. You play it. You can't play Gatekeeper for security because you can't play Digimon by effects. Quartzmon can also be super annoying. So Bloomlord does kind of eat Reaper alive, in my opinion. I tested it a little bit. I went 50-50 with Bloom, and I said, okay, I just hope I don't see any. And that's it. And then the last thing I really want to talk about, the last matchup in particular, is Psychomon. Psychomon cards. Psychomon cards prevent Mother D Reaper from reducing your cards, your play cost of your cards. If they have Psychomon, you can't do that. That's one of the reasons I played for Pilates Head. Like, think about Balthamon, right? They have no level base removal. They might play Psychomon. So if they have that, they play Psychomon. Okay, first of all, they can't reduce their play costs of their Gizmons either. But secondly, I can just drop a Pilates Head, pay a little bit of extra memory, whatever. But I know that they probably won't be able to out this. So the next turn, it'll pass back to me. I'll Pilates Head, kill their Psychomon, and then go on with my day. And that was the theory, right? Psychomon, I wasn't too worried, but a Psychomon can really fuck you up if you don't drop Pilates Head. And that's really it. I hope that makes sense. I don't really have anything else to add to this video. All in all, I think I explained why Reaper was a really good meta call. And I think that you should be prepared to see playing against Reaper in the next Ultimate Cups. And I think that you should even consider playing Reaper. It's budget. It's not hard to play. And it's a good deck. It's good against the Ultimate Cup meta. Now, if things start popping up like Raid War Greymon, if they raid stuff, whatever, you might have a little bit of a problem. Or if Bloomlord gets a little more popular, it might get a little more sticky. Or if Psychomon things become more popular, it might be a bit of a hassle. But if the meta stays the same as to what it was this weekend for the most part, with like one Bloomlord topping, you know what I mean? I think you're fine. Practice your Blue Flare and your Mirage matchups a little bit, and make sure you test against Bloomlord and Greymon decks so that you know how to play against them if you're going to play this deck. But besides that, I think it's a good call. I think you should consider full Ultimate Cup format. That's it. That's it for this video. Again, if you want more high-level analysis like that, that's what Metafy is for. I will help you become a better player. And people have sworn by it. I've gotten people tops and invites, and it's all good. It's all fun. I think it's for a cheap price, too. Like, it's cheaper than other people are charging for coaching and other games. So, why not? Yeah, that's it. That's my D-Reaper review video. Again, 10th place at Ultimate Cup. Could have done a little bit better, but I can't complain 10th place. It doesn't have the top. It is pretty good, and we love to see tops. Tops make us happy, If we have tops, we're doing good. We're staying relevant. But yeah, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.